Miss Moore,
Yes, ma'am.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, my husband, or I'm sorry, ex-husband, we have a mutually beneficial agreement with our children where he keeps them at night and I keep them during the day.
Okay.
But my job no longer allows me to stay home with them during the day, and I would like for them to go to daycare now during the day, and he does not want them to.
Okay. How old are the children?
2 years and 18 months.
Okay. And you already picked out the daycare you want them to go to and everything like
Yes.
that? How much is it?
It is $500 a month.
In a silent courtroom, Miss Moore steps forward with a conflict that's pulling her apart. Her work is shifting, her schedule is changing, and her children sit in between. She and her former husband had an agreement, but now reality is pushing a different road. She asks for daycare. He refuses flatly. But why? And how far will she push to fight for what she feels is right for her children? As the judge listens closely, pressure starts to build. But stay with this. His refusal to even discuss daycare. That's when everything truly starts to boil over.
For both children?
For one child. So it's $1,000 a month for both children.
Oh, okay.
It's a nationally accredited daycare.
Okay. That's not bad for 2 kids. What's your opposition to that?
Well, I don't think they should be in daycare. I think she should stay with them like we originally planned. I didn't get a chance to check out the daycare. I just would rather them stay with her mom or one of our family members.
Okay. Did you let him know which daycare?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
He was invited to go meet the teachers and do the tour, but he opted not to go.
The tension rises as the judge turns to the father for answers, but what she hears is unbelievable. He hasn't even visited the daycare, never took the tour, never met the staff, and yet he's trying to shut it all down without making any effort. Miss Moore is stunned. The judge is doubtful. But just when you think he can't offer a worse excuse, he drops a shocking explanation that leaves the entire courtroom silent. Germs. Yes, germs. Stay close, because what he says next could change everything completely.
So you did have an opportunity to go.
I was invited, but I don't really want my kids in that daycare. I don't want to be in that
What's
daycare.
wrong with the daycare?
They're full of germs. For starters,
this courtroom is full of germs.
Okay, but children germs, they're next level.
Okay, do they disinfect the daycare?
I don't know that.
They do.
Right, you don't know. So you haven't even had the opportunity, you haven't taken the opportunity to try to do any kind of research.
Okay.
But the fact that there are germs at the daycare, I mean, that's not a good enough reason why you don't want them in there.
I would rather them be with family, people we know.
He claims daycare is filled with germs, but when the judge asks for proof, he has nothing. No visits, no research, no evidence, only fear. The courtroom falls silent until Miss Moore finally speaks with a striking revelation. This isn't just about daycare anymore. His fear goes beyond normal parental concern. It's something deeper, something controlling. As her frustration rises, the truth about their failed relationship begins to surface. And then, in the very next moment, everything erupts when she reveals a secret that could completely change how the judge sees this case.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Yes.
I'm a doctor. I'm around germs all day. This is one reason that we did not work out.
It's a big problem.
My ex-husband is a germaphobe, and he feels like if the children aren't kept in a bubble basically all day, that something terrible is going to happen to them. But that's no reason. That's no way for these kids to live. And I have to go save lives every day while he just sits in his living room, hermetically sealed off living room.
That's dramatic.
Well, it's not that dramatic. What's dramatic is he wouldn't even show up for this tour at the daycare so he could see that it is a clean daycare. It's nationally accredited. Also, our children would have loved to have seen you.
Is Joe Moore not just cautious, but a full-blown bubble builder? Miss Moore lays everything bare. His obsession, his need for control, his refusal to even show up for his own children. Now it's all being exposed in open court. But what happens when he finally speaks? Will he defend himself at last? He confirms everything she said, with the judge watching closely and emotions running high. One thing is undeniable. This isn't just a parenting dispute. It's a clash of values, fear, and control. And next, the father finally admits how he truly feels about this courtroom.
Okay, look, with all due respect, I'm only in, I don't even want to be in this courtroom, Your Honor.
I can understand that. Sometimes I don't want to be here.
I don't want to be here.
So, I mean.
Yeah, but I'm here. I'm here for the kids, and I would prefer if they weren't in a daycare, if they were at one of our family members, where we can give them special instructions on cleaning and what the children need to stay healthy.
Well, I definitely understand, and I agree. In a lot of cases, it is good for the children to be around a family member and everything like that.
I do not want to be exposed. His words strike cold, detached. He insists it is not about pride. It is about protecting the children. But Miss Moore, standing firm, tells the court she is here because she must be, because someone has to fight for these kids. And while he clings to comfort, she shows what real sacrifice truly looks like. The judge nods, considering it all. But the question remains, can these two ever agree on what is best? Do not miss what the judge says next. It just might change everything.
However, age 2 years old, and what was the other age?
18 months.
18 months. I mean, it's nothing wrong with them going to school already. You do want them to start learning a lot of things. You just do. There are some things that you guys are not going to be able to teach them at home. Not that you can't, it's just you may not have the time to do it. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea, but I do think it's a good idea for you to go and speak to the teachers, look around the daycare, see about the cleanliness of it and everything like that. And you guys should just work together and co-parent.
2 years old, 18 months, still infants, yet eager to learn. The judge leans forward with insight and logic, showing both parents what early learning can provide. Not only care, but development. Not only play, but readiness. She encourages them to look closer, to move together. But will reason prevail, or will emotion rule? As the scales of justice start to tilt, a fresh question appears. How do you place a value on peace? The answer arrives in the next moment. And it is one no parent expected.
You guys keep doing your agreement where you have your time with the children, and you keep rotating like that. Nobody should pay child support in this type of situation. But what I will do to make sure that daycare does get paid is that you guys split it. So $1,000, you pay $500, you pay $500, and it's going to go through the Attorney General of Texas, and that's just the best way to do it, because that at least ensures that the children's daycare is paid for month to month.
No child support, only cooperation. An uncommon ruling. Balanced, firm, and centered on children. The judge spells it out. They will split daycare costs 50-50. No argument, no theatrics. But just as it looks like this courtroom battle is cooling off, the father fires back. He's paying for something he never wanted. And now he's fed up. He calls it unfair. She earns more. But what the judge says next, it's a hard dose of reality. And in the final clip, you'll see how deep this divide truly runs.
But now I'm paying for the daycare that I don't want them to go to, and I have them at night. She's supposed to be responsible for the day. If they were in night care, I would pay for it. And I just don't see how this is fair. She makes 3 times as much money as I do.
Right, but you guys have been splitting the children, right? You've been splitting the children, and it's not a bad idea. And honestly, that's a very reasonable cost for 2 children at a daycare, because a lot of times, especially the younger a child is, the 18-month-old, it could be more expensive than that. And I think that's fair.
Fairness. That's the fight now. He says he's working nights. She's handling days. So why is he paying for her schedule? The numbers don't lie. She earns more. But the judge isn't moved by money alone. She reminds them both this is about the children, their care, their future. But as the father pushes back, frustrated and cornered, the tension reaches a breaking point. You think this case is finished? Not yet. Because the next question the judge asks strikes like a gavel, and you won't believe how it all ends.
Or, I could base, let me see, how much money you make a year? Let's see. Your document says $62,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like for me to base child support that you pay her off of $62,000 a year? Because I can assure you it will be more than $500.
Then no.
Okay, well, in that case, is there anything further between either
No,
of you?
Your Honor. Thank you.
That'll be all? That'll be all from you? Okay, where you all are dismissed.
$62,000. That's his income. And now the judge gives him a choice. Pay $500 toward daycare or face full-blown child support based on his salary. The room goes silent. He knows what that means, and so does she. In the end, he agrees. The gavel comes down. The ruling is final. But this case leaves behind more than just a verdict. It's a reminder of what co-parenting truly demands. Respect, compromise, and showing up even when it's hard. If this courtroom battle hit home, like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments what you would have done in the judge's seat.